begin with. I've not turned my shoulders like this here, because when we turn those shoulders and try and get the hip to move, usually the shoulders follow. So then the club's going to come back out in front of us and get over the top again, very stiff.
In this video, I will discuss the origin of the flying elbow swing fault myth and why it is not a problem. Well, here's how you know why it's absolutely not a problem. It's because these three great champions, Jack Nicklaus, Larry Nelson, Miller Barber, all had high elbows, inappropriately called flying elbow. Here is the great Jimmy Bruin, greatest amateur from Ireland, and then Matthew Wolff, high elbows. So where does all this start, this absolute nonsense? Where did it start? Well, this is the 1964 book. This is Julius Boros. And you can see 1964. And so here you have the right elbow under the club shaft, flying elbow, contributes to a slice by encouraging an outside blah, blah, blah. Well, if that's true, then how come this guy didn't hit slices? How come this guy hit it straight? You see, I just don't get how these golf pros just make stuff up the way they do. So let me give you another example. On the backswing, this right elbow must not fly out, and only if it is correctly positioned at address will it be able to fold close to the body. During the first half of the backswing, the right elbow should not move hardly at all. It mustn't slide out laterally or slip back to the right side. As it folds close to the body, the elbow should always be pointing to the ground. Where did this come from? It sounds like some rules, right? You must not fly out. It mustn't slide out. It must be pointing, always be pointing to the ground. And we get it from Ben Hogan's book. Right, so people think that I'm bashing Ben Hogan. Hardly. I think he was the most unbelievable golfer ever. But the problem is his book. These are rules. On the backswing, the right elbow must not fly out, should always be pointing to the ground. All this means is that Ben Hogan's book should have been titled Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, not the modern fundamentals which apply to everybody. It should have been Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, How to Swing Like Ben Hogan. That's what he should have titled the book, as opposed to a rule book for all to follow. Now, with that in mind, how many people? So here's an example. You can see the cover of his book. Well, front on, but from behind it would look like this. How many pros swing like this? How many pros currently today and in the past swung like Ben Hogan with the elbow so tight to the body at the top of the backswing? How many? On the PGA Tour right now, how many? You look for it, and you really only see one guy's name show up. I mean, here he is, Sergio Garcia. You can kind of see the elbow looks similar. The other guy I thought of that looks almost identical until I took a closer shot is Ricky Fowler. His elbow is a little further away, but maybe from behind it would look like it's pointing down. I really can't tell. But you can see it looks very, very similar. And then surprisingly, senior citizen swing of Nick Faldo. He's like late 50s here. You can see that he looks like Hogan here. Now, Hogan, of course, had the club parallel to the ground from that position, but this was not Nick Faldo's swing when he was young. You can see here is Nick Faldo, elbow, old man. I mean, listen, I'm 62. He's, 63 or 64, so I'm not using old man as a pejorative here. But you can see young Nick Faldo. This is, I think, the Belfry Ryder Cup 1993. You can see how high his elbow was. They should have just used the word high or low elbow. That's what they should have used. But, Ben Hogan was pretty convinced that his way was the way. So here are the backswing positions, top of the backswing of 4 great players. Now, the reason why underneath Larry Nelson I have 10-19 and Miller Barber 11-24, and the reason why I put Miller Barber here, it's not just because he has the so-called pejorative taking place, is because Miller Barber really gets no love. Look at Miller Barber. Miller Barber won 11 times on the regular tour, playing against who? Playing against Palmer, Nicklaus, Player, Trevino in their prime. So he won 11 times on the PGA Tour and 24 times on the Senior Tour. Larry Nelson, who's in the Hall of Fame, only has 10 and 19. Now, obviously, Nelson won 3 majors, whereas Barber did not. But on the Senior Tour, Miller Barber won 5 majors. And Miller Barber is the 6th all-time winner on what was originally called the Senior Tour, or was called the Senior Tour at one point. So why does Miller Barber get no love? I think it's because of what you're looking at right there. It's so unique and, non-boilerplate. So let's look though at how Miller Barber manages to pull this off, because this would be, the Ben Hogan swing plane line here. This would be illustrating spine angle and whether or not he stands up at impact, and not at all. So the question is, how does Miller Barber actually get to this perfect impact position? Because from this impact position, from this setup position to this impact position, you'd have no idea that he does this. You'd have no idea at all. So somehow, all of these great players, despite having totally different backswings, they all got to close to perfect impact. Now, this is where I think modern golf instruction has failed all of us amateurs. I mean, the great players, amateurs and pros, it doesn't make any difference because these guys, well, they're great and they have exceptional movement skills. Their athleticism is exceptional, right? They are high caliber. They're like the Michael Jordans of basketball. So we can all go out and play basketball, but we're not going to be able to play like Michael Jordan. So this is the problem. Modern golf instruction focuses endlessly on all these positions, to the point that us amateurs become neurotic and completely screwed up. Where we should be focusing, where golf instruction should be focusing, is here. How do these guys, the way all these guys get their club back to impact, no matter where they start, is by proper leg work. Now, you think about proper leg work, the most common term is, okay, at the top of the backswing, you want to fire your hips. What the hell does fire your hips mean? Now, did you know that your hip muscles are some of the weakest muscles in your body, except for the glutes, but the glutes are not really involved in rotation anyway? Yeah, the hip muscles are very misunderstood in the golf swing. Fire the hips is, frankly, an idiotic term to put in the into the heads of amateur golfers. Pros just swing properly, they don't have to worry about that, but amateurs should not be hearing fire the hips because it suggests that the hips are firing, and the hips do not fire. So look at this. Hip rotation in the golf swing is not from hip muscles. That is the problem. The hip movement occurs as a consequence of leg work. So up until a year ago, I just could not, it was just horrible. And then I finally realized I had to exaggerate my leg action to even remotely start moving through the ball better. So leg action, this is called the lateral lunge driver drill. This is the squatting driver drill. This is, you can see, so imagine this one here. This would be top of backswing for lateral lunge driver drill, and this is through impact lateral lunge driver drill. Now I've also put a video up called how to do the lateral lunge driver drill. Now in this video, I'm going to show you another. So what am I doing this for? If we work our legs properly, no matter the top of our backswing, assuming that it is not like horrifically out of place, we should be able to move through the ball efficiently, just like the 4 great players you can no longer see in this picture did it, because they all had different backswing positions. So when I was working on these, they were more drills that involved the leg itself and didn't involve really kind of going after the ball the way you'd want it in a full swing. So I came up with another drill that I call the dynamic lateral lunge driver drill. And notice the subtitle of my book that pisses off really some pros, most pros perhaps, and really good amateurs. But the amateurs that can't break 100, 90, or 80, that's who I'm talking to here. So how do you do this? Because this kind of position looks pretty good at the top. How did I get there? Now you might say, well, the feet are too wide and blah, blah. Yeah, I get that. But the idea is to work the legs. Now for me, I don't get good leg work unless I spread my legs wider. That's how I kind of train my brain to at least start to learn how to move my legs properly. So what do you do first? Well, first thing you got to do is you have to identify your proper setup distance from the ball, which I've discussed multiple times You need to figure out where you are in this spectrum. I'm a D. I am a D. You need to figure out what you are. And theoretically, I could do E. I just feel uncomfortable with my elbows, with my shoulder, elbow, wrist, and club head all in one line, like Mo Norman and Bryson DeChambeau do. So set up like this. Now, because I had a problem getting into the top of the backswing and work my legs with my upper body. So I figured, well, let me try a modification of how I get there with the drill I learned from David Lee, which is called, he calls it the up route move. So you can see I pick the club up, don't swing it back, pick it up, and now turn back. And then now move through the ball. Move through the ball. Now the thing is, what we do when we're watching this, you're probably watching my upper body and club. We want to watch the legs. So, because these are leg drills. Well, this is upper body and leg, but the focus is to get the legs working right. So, top, backswing, see the leg action. This leg action is it's my amateur version of pro leg action. It's the best I have. So my suggestion would be to learn these drills. Very, very simple. I've shown all my key drills, right? The squatting driver, lateral lunge, dynamic lateral lunge driver drill, and it's very clear and very obvious. And if you want to read about it and get more details on it, you can head right over to Amazon and score a copy of the book. But this should show you, assuming you haven't stopped watching the video right now, that it is ridiculous to focus and worry about your upper body position unless it is horrifically inappropriate. And you saw how diverse the backswings can be between Hogan, Nicklaus, Nelson, and Miller-Barber. As long as our leg work is proper, we should be able to get the ball back to impact and pretty much keep the ball in play. So you need to learn how to work your legs. That is the most important thing that us amateurs can do, is learn to work our legs.
Welcome to the John Deere Classic at TPC Deer Run 1v1v1, 18 holes, Wesley.
And we've got a special guest. You might have seen him at the map.
Let's see. Get to the next hole. I hate my fucking golf swing. I fucking really don't like my golf swing. Just too much fucking bad shit. I mean, just fuck. Come on. Jesus, Ryan. We did one. That's what I'm saying. If I were to fucking like pull out a little more, it won't break. I mean, Jesus Christ, this ain't work. Stupid. I mean, you know it's got to hit it if it's going to get near it. It's going to be like, well, there's a tree there. That's what it's supposed to do in real life. So let's make sure we hit it. Let's make sure we hit this tree. Sit. 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 There we go. There we go. Oh, don't be trees. Don't be behind nothing. Right. It will be okay. Everything will be alright. Everything will be okay. Yeah. little bit more than that, but I'm happy with that. Bro. Oh my God, that's so bad. That is so bad. Try and knock it down. Just stop there. Right now. Try and knock the damn overhook the damn thing. Man, I barely hit that ball. Ah. Oh my God, I had it, George. I had it, George. I just needed the distance. The speed, I mean. This one bounced big and took me in that tree. That's just fucking the way this game damn operates. That's just how this game wants to operate. If you get close to some kind of trash, it's gonna get you to it. It's gonna get you to it. 300 on this pack. Dude, there's no way I just hit that 11. There's no fucking way. Jesus! 13.5. That's bad. Ooh. 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 Hit it hard. Right, just go. Give me a line. Oh. Shit. Not want to go that far right. Mustard on it. Let's see. Fuck! I mean, you didn't have to get flippy with the fucking thing, dummy. How? That's not. I'm not hitting it that fucking hard! Jesus Christ! I mean, what the fuck, bro? What's the fucking damn distance though? Those are ones you still got buried in holes. I was just at a bad fucking number. I mean, just too far from my damn 50. I just decel over my fucking wedge because I can't really go after it. Now I gotta damn do this shit again. But on this fucking man, I'm telling you, it's like this 9 distance though. It keeps like I'm not hitting it that hard like they're saying. That's not 10, dude. I barely hit the goddamn thing. What is going on with the fucking putting on this shit? Dude. I mean, shit. Get you some of this. thought I hit a good shot there. And here we go again with these long shots, man. They're just fucking killing me every time I putt. God, that was almost really good. Par three. Stop! Rolling up the fucking hill. I told y'all I hate par threes. Whew! Stanky on that one, boy. Stank. Betting already working there. Go. Woo! There's my chin. This should be close. Should be close. 98 yards. Don't spin. Oh shit, stop. Go. Don't believe. It's been good enough juice on it. Go, get some fucking Wheaties, bitch. Go, go, go. Stay up, stay up. Oh, yes. Get some Wheaties, bitch. Oh, hit it. 30 putts. Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. That right there, I should have been in the 50s on that round, dude. I can't putt.